Hello everyone and welcome back to Bass Series. Today we will have a look at all the different tones you can achieve from a jazz bass. Jazz bass is probably the most popular bass in the world right now, and of course there's a reason for it. For jazz bass, of course I don't only mean Fender Jazz Bass, but also all the other brands who mimics the jazz type instrument with two single coil pickup configurations. I believe that the jazz bass has two major qualities which makes them popular. First is versatility. Having two pickups is a distinguishing quality of a jazz bass, and it made a selling point over a P bass in the first place. We can apply different types of techniques all the way from slap bass to tapping to fingerstyle or anything in between, and find a tone which fits into mix as well. Which takes us to the second quality of a jazz bass, which is sounding good in a mix. Jazz basses have a distinctive kind of mid-range growl unique to them. That growl gives us the ability to be heard in any mix as bass players. Unless the sound guy really messes up and cuts our mid-range completely, no matter how crowded the mix is, you can always hear a jazz bass. Also, the tone is really organic in a jazz bass and gives us a really good response of how hard or how soft we play. What I mean is, the tone quite changes depending on how much we dig into our instrument as we play. And of course, we cannot talk about jazz bass without talking about slap bass. Invention of a jazz bass by Leo Fender really inspired all the bass players, especially the slap bass players. Creator and one of the pioneers of our bass, Larry Graham, plays a jazz bass, and of course many others. Jazz bass produces a really bright and full sound when played with slap bass. Also, a jazz bass is 20 or 21 frets. Our hand's natural position is around where the fretboard meets the body. That area is the sweet spot of our slap bass. If it was 24 frets, our hand will be behind it, so it will sound floppier. To compensate that, we need to play right on top of the fretboard, but I don't think that sounds as good as playing without any interruptions from the fretboard. Now let's have a look at different pickup configurations and how we can use them. Let's talk about controls of a passive jazz bass first. What I'm using today is an American standard jazz bass from 2012. I also have a fairly new flatwood type of strings. Now, jazz type instruments have two volume and one tone control. The front one controls the neck pickup and the back one controls the bridge pickup. When you open them up all the way, the mix is 50-50. If I turn down one of the controllers, for example, if I turn down the front pickup, the mix completely goes to bridge pickup. There is no smooth passing between the pickups. It's either all the way back pickup, all the way front pickup, or 50-50. Let me demonstrate. Two pickups. I'm rolling down. See, there is no difference around here. If I roll it up, balanced, rolling down just a bit, it's all back pickup. There is no change in this area. The opposite, front pickup, balanced. Let's have a look at the tone control. The tone control controls the treble side of our instrument. As I roll it down, it pulls back the high end in our mix and makes it more bass and mid-range dominant. 0%, 50, 100%. When you listen to your bass solo, it might sound better to use the tone controller at full, but when you're in a mixing or in a recording environment with other instruments, pulling back our tone controller might make our bass fit in the mix better. Now, I'm going to be showing you different types of combinations in both fingerstyle and slap bass. First is back pickup, kind of a jack-off style. Let's roll back the tone controller to 50. %. Now, tone control at 100%. If I play around this area, it kind of sounds like an upright bass. Now if I play slap bass, tone at 100% at back pickup, it kinda sounds like a Stingray but without low end. Now let's go to the front pickup, tone control at full. Let's roll back, tone control at 50%. It's kind of like a P-bass type of sound, of course. Tone control all the way down. Two controls all the way up. I'm gonna be playing around this area. Alright, that's about it. As you can tell, sky is the limit on a jazz bass. See you on the next one.